Good evening. I am Dr. James Forbes Jr. I am professor at Union Theological Seminary and pastor emeritus from the Riverside Church in the city of New York. This is a very important day, election 2012. The nation will be choosing a president and also other public officials to provide leadership in the days ahead. People of the nation will go out and vote. At this time of day, we are getting close to the closing of the polls, and we await the outcome of this very important day. This has been a grueling campaign season, filled with bitter campaign ads, accusations, demonizations of candidates here and there. But at last, we make our vote, and we await the outcome in terms of who wins. But perhaps, in my mind, a more important issue is, what is the state of our nation as either of the candidates gets ready to set forth with the ship of state, looking forward to what the future might hold? I have been very much concerned about a spiritual malaise, a kind of spiritual depression, and whoever wins has got to deal with that. So my concern is that I hope we have learned something during this campaign that will help us to move towards what I hope will be a more just, a more caring, and a more compassionate society in the days ahead. In order for that to happen, there's got to be a whole lot of healing. Now, mentioning the need for a whole lot of healing reminds me of one of the most important elections I remember, which happened to be in South Africa, April 27, 1994. For the first time, African citizens in that land joined with others to make selections for the future of a free South Africa. After that event, there had been actually not just verbal exchange of bitterness and hatred. Bombs had gone off. People had actually died in preparation for that election. And the evening of that election, April 27, 1994, in South Africa, I went back to my room and I wrote a little hymn for South Africa. Here we are now, 2012 in the United States of America, and it is amazing how relevant the sentiments of that song for South Africa, how relevant those sentiments are for us as we look forward to what happens now that the election is coming to an end. I'd like to quote just a little bit from that hymn and see if you can't sense the relevance of those words for us in our United States of America. The words said something like, "Oh, how precious is the freedom which through struggle has been won. Sweeter yet the celebration when true healing has begun. First the healing of the spirit of a people torn apart, tattered ties of friendship mended." We need the tattered ties mended. Then the song goes on to say, "Reconnect us, ancient spirit. Bring forgiveness, love, and power. Teach us how to be one people. Guide us through this birthing hour. Bid us reach across the chasm, class and culture, tribe and race. Help us see in hearts of others hopes and dreams we all embrace." That's what we're going to need. I'm actually in a prayerful mood. Lord, we've been Democrats and Republicans and independents. We've been Tea Party people. We've been libertarian people. But we've got to be one nation. In order for that to happen, there's got to be a whole lot of healing. Now, there's another idea that I want to share with you. And it is that in this campaign, people seem willing, in the pursuit of their own interests, to function out of the philosophy that the end justifies the means. People have been willing to suspend moral values, to lie, to cheat, to suppress, all of that. Well, I think maybe it's time for us to learn, yes, self-interest is an important thing, but there are two kinds of self-interest. There is delusional self-interest, and then there is enlightened self-interest. Delusional self-interest makes people think that if they just get what they want, have their way, win their race, that it really doesn't matter what happens to the other people. But enlightened self-interest understands, as the Africans say, I am because we are. Anything that is a valuable outcome for me as an individual must be related to the common good. When will we citizens of the United States of America come to understand that? So I've got a bright idea. My hope is that in the days ahead, we will begin to look at people not on the basis of the label that's been placed on them in the midst of this political wrangling, but as citizens of the United States, suppose we could begin to imagine that each of us is the bearer of a gift which could increase the quality of life shared by all Americans, that all of us matter, that all of us bring something significant. I've said this in a kind of poetic way, but I want to put it like this. Suppose we could believe that whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, or whether or not you are a liberal or a conservative, that each of us could actually prove to be a philanthropist, a bearer of gifts for the well-being of the whole nation. This is how those words go. All members of the human race, our blue-green earth is sacred space. In partnership we co-create a world we all can celebrate. Our daily deeds are landscape seeds, sprouting thorns and toxic weeds, or trees that purify the air to show us how to thrive and share. Trustees of wealth we hold in trust to make the earth secure and just. Both rich and poor are blessed for this. We all can be philanthropists. So beginning tomorrow, forget about whether somebody was from a red state or a blue state, or whether somebody voted for the same candidate that you did, or whether somebody sent the same senator or a different member to the House of Representatives. Look at each person as a philanthropist and to begin to think, what can I do to create an environment in which I can offer my gift for the common good and also encourage that other person different from me to realize that he or she has something which could make life good for us all. Well, the campaign is over. The election results will be coming. How soon we do not know. But I'm hoping that we can be healed as a people, thereby making us capable of coping with all of the issues that will await us as the other days unfold. November, December, and into a new year. God bless you all.